The roads are getting dangerous out there, and now more than ever it's important to have a dash cam so that if anything happens, you have an accurate witness for the events that took place. Whether it's an accident, something gets injured, your vehicle gets broken into, you have some sort of evidence that you can use and look back on. Today we're taking a look at the Acumen XR10. It is a dash cam with a built-in monitor that sits on top of your existing rear view mirror. It works very well. We're going to go over how this works and everything you need to know about it and what I think about it. Now it has two cameras, one built into the mirror itself and then a second one that you plug in that you can run to the back of the vehicle. The cable length for that second camera is really good, so even if you have something like a GMC Yukon XL, you should be able to get it back there. You can use the tape or screws to be able to attach it, and it also works as a backup camera. There's a second wire which you're supposed to plug into the positive terminal of your reverse light, so then that way it'll trip a little switch and automatically turn on the backup camera when you're in reverse, just like modern cars today. Even if you have a backup camera, it's still good to have, so you have a second camera recording behind. Because technically 50% of the accidents occur in front of you and the other 50% occur behind you. So it's a good idea to have both. Both cameras are 1080p. They have excellent resolution and adjustment as well, because if you are putting it on your mirror, especially with a new car like this, the bezel that goes around some of these safety systems might get in the way. So it is important to check your car first. It's not going to work with absolutely every car. We have tested this on about 4 different vehicles so far. A little earlier we did the Jeep Renegade. It didn't work too well because that bezel was so big from Jeep you couldn't really see around it, but something like the Golf R worked great, and even this Alfa Romeo Stelvio, the bezel is super small, you barely notice it on the front camera. So you just attach the camera by putting it on top of your existing mirror. There's some rubber mounts that go around it to help absorb some of the shock as you're driving along, and then you've got your camera set up. The camera on the front can be slid out if you need a little bit of extra width around something like those security systems that are in front of your mirror, but you can also angle it up and down, left and right, and you can also change the direction of it on the camera screen itself, so you can use touch to be able to do that. I currently have it set up here with the backup camera on default with a small version of the forward camera in front. This could be good if you actually want to use this as a rear view system, much like we see on new Cadillac products. But all you have to do is swipe to go between the different systems. So we have a split screen between the two. Swipe again, just the front camera. Swipe again, just the back camera. And then again, back to that view where we see the backup camera with just a small version of the forward camera. You have a number of options built into it as well. You can click the home button and you can see the streaming media or recorder. Streaming media is what's coming out of the back camera, and then you can go back and see the recorder, which is out of the front. You also have the option for playback. So if you want to see something that just took place, you're able to see it from there, click on it, and play it back. That way, if you are recording for a long length of time and you don't want it to override the video, you can go in and specifically select 1 or 2 videos, or all of them if you want, and lock it. That way, if you have a smaller memory card, like the 16GB one that's included with it, you can save the files that are important and transfer it to your computer at a later date. Also from the menu, you can format, take still images, and use an active driving enhancement system, which essentially alerts you if you're coming out of the lane. Really cool tech. We haven't used it so far just because all the cars that we use have that technology built in. Aside from that, you have the date, the time, and everything else can be accessed through the settings. For example, you can change the movie clip time from 1 minute to 3 minutes, so that way each file is broken down into smaller bits, so you can really figure out if you need to pull just a certain number of files, if there was an accident or something that you need to go back and review. But for the most part, this works exactly as you would want a dash cam to work. As I said, you can adjust the height based on just touch inputs like that, so you can adjust it if there is a bigger hood or you want to have it angled down a little bit further. And like I said, it works very well based on what we've used. I've been using this for a few weeks now, took it to Toronto, I had no issues. It gave me the extra peace of mind I wanted out of a dash cam, so that if something happened, there is some sort of proof to show, hey, it wasn't my fault that that accident happened, or maybe just in general you see something cool, you want to be able to have a recording of that. And again, because there's a front and rear camera, you just feel a little bit more secure. It's not just a forward-facing camera, but you've got the back there as well, just in case something happens back there. It also does record the audio off the built-in screen here. We're not going to have that included in this, but I will show you the video quality. We're going to switch over to that now so you can see what's actually coming off the front and rear cameras, so you have an idea of the actual video quality. So there you have it. Personally, I really like this system. The Acumen XR10 fits into every car that I've had the chance to drive so far. It goes on the mirrors. Something like my own 2001 BMW 7 Series would be a perfect candidate for this. There's no enhanced safety tech blocking the rear view mirror, so I can just put this new one on top of it, run the wires professionally through the headliner so they're out of the way, and even install that backup camera on the outside of the car. It is waterproof, so you can have a small drill hole go through there, waterproof that, attach the camera to the back, set it up with the lights, so that way you have a proper backup camera on a car that didn't have one to begin with.
The Acumen XR10 is $129 US, and you can order it through the Amazon web store, and it does ship to Canada, obviously since I have one. Acumen is also offering a 30% coupon at the time of filming this. You can get that coupon by clicking the link to the Amazon listing in the description for this video. And we aren't getting any referral fees or compensation in any way for this video or the link to the XR10. So don't worry if you thought this was some sort of paid or sponsored content. It's honestly a really functional dash cam with excellent build quality and video resolution, and something that I'm using on all the press cars moving forward for that added peace of mind.